Hello and good afternoon. My name is Martin Coward, and welcome to Noonday Meditation and Contemplative Prayer Power Hour, where we have come together every day to love and support each other, to create a sanctuary, a refuge from all the drama in the world right now, to love and support each other through this challenging time with COVID 19, the tremendous amount of division in our country over our recent election. And there's just no shortage of drama right now. So we come together every day at noon, and there's my dear friend Audrey. Hey, Audrey, so glad to have you here today. And the subject is going to be fear because people right now, if you can look at the election map, some people are feeling fear and some people are feeling gratitude. And fear is fear. And I firmly believe when we can transcend the fear, we can transcend the fear and we can feel the fear of each other and have some empathy. We can find the light in those people too. Because we're those people. There are no other people. It is we. And some of us right now are feeling fear, and some of us are feeling gratitude. I'm feeling gratitude. I'm excited about Kamala Harris being our next vice president. I'm excited about Joe Biden being our next president. And this is why, because I firmly believe, from my experience with them and what they have told me and what I feel from them when I hear them speak, that they will lead us out of this darkness. They possess the qualities I find in good leadership. They're willing to tell the truth. They're trustworthy. They're empathy. They express empathy. They care. They know that what it feels like. They let me know they know what I'm feeling. And there's compassion. There's a compassion for all the people who've lost their lives. And they're certainly competent. So that's why. And I'm just grateful that we have these men and women who are here now to guide us into the light. But that's not the feeling of a lot of people. Hey, Rohit. I am certain, because I was sitting in that spot the other day when I was afraid that Biden was not going to be the president. I was sitting in fear. Um, and fear is fear. And I was going to suggest today, I'm going to talk a little bit about how we transform that fear into love as a first step in joining with uh, President elect Biden and Vice President elect Kamala Harris in uniting this country because they cannot do it alone. Hey, Rohit, we have to all acknowledge one, the fear of those who've lost the election as valid and real, and love them out of the fear and into the light. Fear is the darkness. Fear is the negative. It is destructive. And we've all felt it. So let that be the common ground for empathy for those right now who are feeling fear of the unknown. And let them know that they're loved. Um, I want you to know that you're loved because we're the same. We're no different. There is no other. There is no they. There is no red and blue, really. It's an illusion. We're all here together. And the whole purpose of me coming on here is to share my experience of understanding transformational healing and the healing power of unconditional love and the empowerment of love in our lives. And I've created this 5-step process called faith that I teach to my clients and teach in my workshops. And we're going to talk about that today. I'm going to take you through this process because if you're one of those right now feeling some fear, then I want you to know you don't. I want you to know that fear is valid. There's a thing I often say: fear is an illusion. It is an illusion, but when you're in it, it feels very real. And the beauty of that is the beauty of that is if you can feel into the fear and get to know it intimately, there is no fear. Because when you put love on fear, when you shine light onto the darkness, when we shine light into the darkness within ourselves and in each other and into the world, when we fully accept the darkness as darkness, unconditionally love it, we live in peace. And that's what I'm here to teach this afternoon, in this beautiful document I call faith. Let me make it a little bit larger. Let me close this thing down because I don't want a big banner across the top. There we go. That looks pretty good, doesn't it? Faith. Faith is the bird that feels the light when the dark is still dawn. Can you feel the light in the dark right now? Maybe we've reached the dawn for those of us who are supporters of Biden and Kamala Harris. For me, I feel like the dawn is breaking. I've been sitting in the dark for a long time feeling the light. But to me, today, with the news that Biden and Kamala Harris are going to be our next president and vice president, I feel the sun has broken. The dawn is here. And I'm equally optimistic and excited about these two Democrats who are going to be facing a runoff in January for the Senate seat as an opportunity for us, the Democrats, to take over the Senate. Because, wow, Stacey Abrams has done a magnificent job of unifying the people in Georgia to get out and vote and be heard. And that's what we want, really. We want people to be heard, and we want people to be seen, and we want people to live a good life. Everybody to live a good life. Everybody. So let's talk about faith. This is a five-step process, transformational process. Faith, Faith. The first letter, faith. Feel it and flow with it. When we feel fear and the uncomfortable emotions that it comes with, such as anger, shame, or sadness, our natural instinct is to run away from it, push it away, resist it. We don't want to feel those feelings. But I'm going to suggest instead we feel it. We don't think about it. We don't get in our heads and start telling a story of why I'm so afraid of what's going on. We actually stop and feel the fear because we're no longer afraid of the fear itself. We just stop and feel it and allow it to flow in our bodies and get to know it intimately. The more intimately we get to know the fear within ourselves, the more we can love it and accept it. It's no longer fear. Because whatever was behind that fear has been dissolved into truth. So that's what the faith is. Faith is fill it fully with the whole body and the whole mind and the whole soul. And I know that may be hard for some of us to do, particularly for those of us who are feeling depressed. There are a lot of very depressed people this morning around the country. Feel the depression. And don't blame others. Because we all want to do that. We all want to blame the other side for causing this. If you're in blame, and you want to retaliate or you want to rescue, do any of those things, you're in drama and you're in your ego. And the whole point of this exercise is to get out of the egoic mind because it's very limiting. So the first thing is if you're feeling fear or depression or sadness or all those things is one that we don't like, the invitation for you is to just feel it. And then there's A. A is for acceptance. Wait a minute, let me stop here and see who's all here today. Oh, there's my friend Mindy. Hey, Mindy. Hello, Rohit. And here is a new friend who's been coming on. I am gratitude, but I'm a little scary. We do not know whether Biden will protect his commitment. What kind of role do the world's economic development? What kind of role will play in different countries? Do not start a new war. What kind of role will he have to protect the Muslims? Well, we don't know, but we can have some faith. We can have some faith that he's coming from a place of love and unity. That's what we can have. You know, I mean, I don't know whether he'll protect his commitment. I know him. I know his history, and he's got a very rock solid history of keeping his word. I know he has a history of and a concern for how we fit in the world and becoming a good neighbor. And I think that's going to be their main attitude. And I think the kind of people he would put in. One of the things I'm really excited about is the possibility. This is just my story, is that he would put someone as bright and brilliant as Pete Buttigieg as his new Secretary of State. I mean, there's some wonderful people within the Democratic Party who could make a big difference of how we play in the world. And there's no interest in any of them to start a war with anyone. And we are certainly the party that has been opening and welcoming to Muslims. And we still are. So I would let go of the fear, and I'm going to teach you a little exercise here in just a second about how we transform fear into love. And I don't mean the sort of warm, cozy Hallmark card feeling of love. I'm talking about the transformative power of love to create a world. It's the transformative, unconditional love within all of us that can create a new earth where we all live in love and peace and harmony and prosperity. And that's what I believe, and that's what I feel by the Biden and Harris ticket will do for us. And so I hope I answered your questions. Do I know? But this is what I hear them tell me, and I have no reason to believe that anything that they say is not true, because they have a history of telling the truth. So that's my comment on that. We'll get back to faith in a minute. Hello, my new dear friend. Nice you to join us again today from, I think you're from Bangladesh, I believe. Thank you for joining us. And there is my dear friend. Welcome. Faith over fear. Yes, faith over fear is exactly what we're going to continue our conversation about. So we were on faith. We were here, I believe. This is here we go. We were right here talking about faith. And then we got to A, which is acceptance. This is a practice that I do all throughout the day. Because we're gonna get triggered by things that are gonna make us feel fear. We're gonna hear a story on the radio it's gonna bring fear up inside our body, and we're gonna feel it. So what do? This is what you do. You feel it, and then you accept it. And fully accepting what is present in the moment will allow your heart, your body, and your mind to connect to the moment and align you with the higher, more efficient power within yourself. You will begin to feel your way home to your source of power by not resisting the fear, but accepting the fear. To sit in the fear and fully accept it without the story. That's what we do in meditation. Let go of the story. Don't think about what making you feel fear. Feel the fear, because it is the thought that amplifies the fear beyond what's real. So when we feel it and accept it, we soon begin to realize that, this is really not so scary. Excuse me. And then we go into I, which is inquiry. Our emotions connect us to our thoughts and beliefs of the past. We'll say that again. Our emotions connect us to thoughts and beliefs about our past. So if we're feeling some fear, if we're feeling shame, something has triggered a memory from our past. So we're not really in the moment. We're really triggered into a thought in the past, and then we begin to project that fearful past experience, the one that was painful, into the future. Like all the questions you just asked me a while ago. But if you go in and you begin to say to the fear, is it true? You inquire, what is the fear trying to tell you? What negative story is it making up about the world, about you, and about the events that is making you feel bad? What is the story? Often for me, the story is you're not good enough, or you don't matter, or we don't care about you. So when I inquire about that and say, is that true? Is it true that I don't matter? Is it true that I'm worthless? Is it true that the people in the red states who voted for Trump don't care about me? No, it's not true. It's a story I made up. It's a story my ego made up. Everybody cares because everybody has got a heart. Everybody's got a light inside them. They might not even care about themselves yet because they're in so much fear, much less me. They don't know that they care about themselves and they care. But the light behind that fear is love. And that's what we're trying to get out. We're trying to get the light out with the truth. So we use the process of inquiry. Is it true? Is it true I'm no good? Is it true I'm not lovable? Is it true that the the Biden Harris campaign group is going to destroy the country? Is it true they don't care about me? Um, whatever lie you're making up that's making, because if you're feeling bad, it's because you got a lie going on in your head. I deal a lot with what's called the scarcity mindset, and that's the lie that says there's not enough for me. There's not enough resources. There's not enough to go around. There's not enough money. There's not enough. Not enough. I'm not enough. It's a scarcity way of looking at the world. There is a fear of not enough, and I think that gets really triggered when we talk about politics. So I just want to say, what we do is we begin to find out, well, what is true? What is the gold nugget inside the fear that we want to mine out? Truth is freedom, and intention activates a purpose. Read that again. Truth is freedom and activates a purpose. So if you flip the lie that you discovered in your inquiry, I am unworthy, for example, and you flip that lie to I am worthy, I am love, because maybe it says I am unlovable because I'm flawed, I'm lacking, I missed something. By stating the truth and flipping that lie, I can say, no, I'm not. I am love. I am truth. I am the light. I am the light. You are the light. And just see how that feels. You'll notice your whole sense of feeling will shift. And that feeling of fear will begin to transform into feelings of spaciousness and opportunity and gratitude and joy, quite frankly, for me. And then H. H is heart space. Our heart space is the center of all creation. Our heart space is the center of all creation. That's where everything is centered. And it's right there within our heart. And it knows no fear. It is the still point within that unites and creates all of life. It is our true source of power. Breathe and open your heart fully, accepting the truth of I am. And hold your heart. Put your hands on your heart. A place of love and gratitude for this life, and anchor in this new sense of truth about who you are. Empower yourself with the truth of love. So do you see how, and if you want a copy of this, it's very simple. This is a beautiful illustration. You can easily get a copy of it by going to the Financial Mystics Sanctuary Facebook group and downloading a copy. It's right there in the filing cabinet. Again, if you'd like a copy of it, just simply go to the Facebook group, the Financial Mystics Sanctuary, and download a copy. A lot of my clients have a copy of this posted because we fall into fear all during the day. Let's see what somebody has to say over here. I want to know how friendly he would be to the people if Joe Biden. Well, we don't have a. I guess you're asking me how friendly he will be to the people of the United States if he became our president. Is that what you're asking me? Well, we don't know. He hasn't been there yet. But from everything I know about him and Kamala from their history, he cares deeply about the people of the United States, and he is going to unite us. And he's going, his top priority is this, and I have no reason to doubt that it won't be his top priority going forward. His top priority, which he has said repeatedly since the beginning, and has said all week, and will say this afternoon when he steps up on the podium when they declare him as the winner. And he will say, my top priority is to unite the people of this country and make controlling the coronavirus our top priority. And when we make those two things our top priority, then we'll begin to get our economy back in order. But it comes from the heart. And I can assure you that from everything I know about these two leaders and the people who he surrounds himself with, they all come from the heart. They all lead from the heart. They're heart-centered men and women. And they execute and they live based on, and they hone and they master what I call those skills of dynamite leadership. They tell the truth when it might even be more convenient to tell a story. And they've done that consistently over and over and over and over again. I realize people want to paint a different story sometimes when they're on the other side of the aisle. But the truth is, there is nothing other than courageous transparency and truth from these two leaders and the people that they are surrounded by. That's one, truth and transparency. The other one is empathy. They There's no doubt I can feel their empathy. You can feel their empathy. Watch them talk on television. Watch them talk live on television and see if you can feel what they're talking about. Feel the truth. They're not lying. You can feel it. You can feel when people are telling you the truth because you can feel they feel you. And it feels real, feels honest. And then compassion. Hear the things they say and watch their body language. Is there compassion for people who've lost their loved ones to coronavirus? Is there compassion for the people in this country? We've got 230,000 people who've died from this disease. Is there compassion for us? Yes, you can feel their compassion. So what have we got so far? Truth and transparency, empathy, compassion. And finally, let's get to competence. These are two competent men and women who have spent their entire lives as public servants. True public servants. They're not doing this for any personal agenda. They're doing this out of an act of love and compassion for the people in this country. So do I know? I don't know anything except that love and prosperity will always prevail. And there is new light in the world today for healing and reconciliation and love. And I am really excited about it. I am really excited about it. Because these two men and women, in all of their orbit, align with my core values. That's my story. You've got to decide for yourself what's your story. But I hope that what you'll do is that you'll let the story be driven by love and not by fear. And that's the point of what I was teaching today. How do you transform that fear to love so we can unite and we can see each other and we can hear each other? Listen carefully to the words that President-elect Biden has to say today when he steps up and claims victory. Listen to the words. Know for yourself, is he talking about a personal agenda or is he talking about something that is for the betterment of the world? That's how you'll know. Don't take my word for it. Feel your way into the truth. Listen to them. And listen to Trump. Listen to what Trump's saying on television. Our major news agencies turned him off last night when he came on and started telling a bunch of lies. You can feel lies. They make you feel bad. When people lie, you feel bad. Notice how it's making you feel. Is it elevating your fear or is it bringing you down into a place of love? How does it make you feel? That's how you know how it makes you feel. Don't think about it. How does it feel? So that's my suggestion today is to sit down and is turn on the television and listen to the new president-elect and his vice president about what they have to say and about what they're going to do. They're the ones that are going to tell you, answer those questions you had for me. I sure don't know what they're going to do. But I voted for them because I believe wholeheartedly in all the things I just talked about. They care about me and the people in this country more than they care about money and themselves. They care about the betterment of the world and our place as a powerful, loving democracy. And we're going to change systems. We're going to change economic systems. We're going to change some social systems, particularly if we get two Democrats in the Senate that are going to be more equal for all people, Muslims, anyone around the world. Because from the heart, there is no superiority. There is no first and second class. There is only one. Human beings, all the same. all connected to the same source of power and love. So that's what I got to say about that. And I hope it helped. That's my story. That's my story. So let's meditate. Let's let go of all of our stuff right now for a few minutes and let's meditate together. And if you came online with me to listen, I'm always glad people come in and listen and comment, and we have this wonderful, lively conversation. Um, we're here for each other. It's not about me, but I encourage you to do the meditation. The last thing the ego wants to do right now, particularly if you're in fear, is to shut up. But who's running the show? Your heart or your fear? So allow this next 20 minutes to be an opportunity to surrender the fear, to surrender the beliefs and the opinions of the egoic mind about all of what's going on, to put that into suspense, so to speak, and feel what you're feeling and go in deeper within yourself to find out who you truly are. And I'm certain when you discover who you truly are and you have this relationship with your fear and your divine nature, that's self-love. And as you get closer and closer and closer by this practice of loving yourself more deeply, you'll love others more deeply. And with that comes compassion, empathy. So don't go anywhere. Meditate for 20 minutes. Tell your ego to get quiet. And let me just turn on my timer here. Okay, raise your arms in the air. Proudly, like a human being. Give some energy going on in that body of yours. Love. Feel the power of love in your arms, in your legs, that tingling, that light. We are. Jesus said, I am the light of the world. You are the light of the world. I am the light of the world. We are the light of the world. Let's brighten that light together in the next 20 minutes and just get still. Put your arms down and begin to settle into your body. Sit up straight like a proud human being. Proud human being. Fearless. Sit up straight and begin to breathe. We're going to do a little mindful breathing, which is just what it sounds like. We focus our mind on our breathing. Something we do all day long. Allow that bell to take you more deeply inside yourself. And as you soften the mind, allow it to let go of thoughts. As we begin to soften the mind, allow it to let go of any opinions and beliefs and judgments, fears. Just let them go. Surrender them. And let yourself become more still. Let the interior become more still so that you can listen for the divine within. Allow yourself to become more still. Let go of any notions of what's right and wrong, good or bad. Let go of any ideas you have about either President-elect Biden or President Trump, the COVID-19, because we don't know. Let them go. And allow yourself to fall more deeply into the stillness of not knowing. The truth of not knowing. I don't know. But I do know love. Allow the sound of the bell to wake us up, along with the sound of my voice, from many thoughts and stories we may have found ourselves in. And just let them go and fall back into love. Allow the sound of that bell and my voice to wake us up from any stories we're in, to any thoughts we're in. I'm in all kind of them. And just let them go. Just allow them to let go and fall into the unknown, the sweet land of I don't know. And listen. Again, allow the sound of the bell and my voice to wake us up from our stories, from our thoughts, and fall back into love. Welcome back. See if anybody has this. I did vote for Biden. I voted for Biden. I spoke for Biden. I supported Biden. I'm a Democrat because we share the same values. Great. I'm glad that you did. Have a good day. Come back. I'm glad you came today. I'm glad I was able to touch your heart. So if you'd like a copy of this faith, just simply go to the Financial Mystic Sanctuary Facebook group and you can look in the filing cabinet and there you'll see it. And please download a copy and put it on your wall. And wherever you are today, whether you're feeling some fear or you're feeling some gratitude, you're not alone. We're all in this together. We're all in this together. We're all Americans. May love and prosperity prevail. Thank you.